When creating a print ad for your small business, the first thing you need to decide is what your campaign objectives are. What do you want to communicate and to what audience? So are you trying to get direct sales or are you building your brand? And this is true for both business to consumer advertising as well as business to business, where you place an ad in, say, a trade magazine. The next thing you need to decide is which format would best suit your ad and what have you got the budget for? Would it be a half page, would it be a full page, or even an insert? Although the one thing to keep in mind is that although inserts give you more room to play with, they're often thrown out of a publication before they've been read. So then consider where your print ad is being advertised, both geographically and what publication it's going to be put into. Think about the mood of the audience when they're going to read your ad. Have they bought the magazine and as a result reading it at home, or have they picked up a free newspaper and reading it in a rush during their commute to work? Then think about where in the publication your ad will run. Specsavers famously did this in the World Cup this year, where they ran an ad around the sports section parodying the idea of goal line technology. The subsequent press about these ads was outstanding, and you've got to think there's an opportunity to use the content that's around your ad in order to get better engagement with your audience. Likewise, there could of course be negative sentiment in articles near to your advertising that you'll certainly want to avoid. Now, editors are typically very unlikely to tell you what's going to be featured near to your ad, but you can always request it. And the best thing to do is to ask them to steer clear of articles that you'll want to avoid, things like crisis and emergencies. Be aware of what type of paper your ad will be printed on. And this might sound like a silly point, but it's very important. Magazines in gloss will need to be considered differently from tabloid black and white press publications. A paid-for magazine should receive higher engagement levels, and so more copy could be included than, say, a free local paper where the reader is likely to spend less time reading. Remember that colour is the first thing that people tend to notice, and it does have the ability to stick in their minds. So most of the best print ads will always have strong colours. Your headline is almost the most important part of your ad. It's absolutely crucial. This needs to deliver a brand promise, an offer, or a call to action, and it needs to be highly visible even when it's lying down on a coffee table. The body copy within your ad is very important too, although remember it's the second thing that people will have read. Many advertisers will drown their audience in copy, but we certainly believe the most effective advertising sticks to one simple message and one product benefit. And remember that you can always tell your audience more once they get online. The audience that's reading your print ad can be directed online. They can be asked to send an SMS message, or they can make a call, or perhaps visit a place in person. And counting these results is often the best way to monitor the success of your ad, but make sure that the endpoint delivers exactly what the print ad promised. Also, remember that in our opinion, QR codes are for idiots. Do not use them in your advertising. No customer can be bothered to scan them in, and very few people have the technology available to do so. More importantly, a lot of advertising will be displayed in areas that simply don't have the service to be able to deal with it, and it makes you look very dated. And it's best to find a better way of tracking interaction with your advertising. Now you can do this through SMS response, unique URLs, or even voucher codes. One of the best ways of doing it is to track the traffic to your website using analytics. Graphics should be used around your copy to attract your audience and to entice them to read the words that you've mentioned. So make sure your print ad is graphically engaging and invest time and money in doing this. The biggest mistake you can make is to clutter your advertising with graphics. And in doing so, you lose the message and you certainly lose the objective. So avoid this at all costs. Finally, don't underestimate the benefits of using an advertising agency. Companies like Craven Lamb can negotiate significant discounts as a result of buying as a group, and we'll be able to pass these back onto you. So for more information and for help on all your print advertising, visit us at cravenlamb.com.